This video talks about statements and expressions as they are used in computer science and how they are used specifically in NetLogo. Generally, a computer program is made up of two types of code, statements and expressions. A statement is the smallest independent unit of code and usually produces an action. In NetLogo, statements are called commands. There are many predefined commands in NetLogo, and this makes programming in NetLogo easier. Typically, a command begins with a verb, such as create, forward, clear, hatch. And the good news is that you've already been using commands, and so you're familiar with them. Below is an example of a command statement. Ask turtles forward 1. This asks each turtle to move forward 1 step. The other type of code is an expression. You probably haven't used expressions yet in your programming, but you will soon, so now's a good time to learn about them. An expression is the smallest unit of calculation. An expression either represents or evaluates to a value. So it can either be a single value, like a number, a constant, or a variable, or a combination of values that are interconnected with operators, such as plus signs, minus signs, or division or multiplication. Or perhaps the expression uses functions to evaluate for a value. A function would be something like square root or cosine, and you would take the cosine of a number and get a new value. If there are more than one operation in your expression, then the standard order of operations is used to determine the order in which they are performed. So wherever there is an expression in your program, the computer evaluates it or solves it and uses that value in place of the expression. If you had the expression 25 plus 12 in your program, the computer would evaluate that and use 37 instead. Now you must be thinking, why not just put 37 in your program? Well, in this case, you'd be absolutely right. We would put 37 in the program because it would be a lot easier. But a lot of the time, when we use expressions, we don't know what the numbers are that we need to use in our expression. So we let the computer figure out those numbers and then calculate a value for our expression. Using expressions in NetLogo is pretty much the same as using expressions in any other programming language. As we said before, an expression evaluates to something or equals something. And below in this table, we have some expressions and what they evaluate to. 12,460 evaluates to 12,460, since it's a constant. 8 plus 20 evaluates to 28. 28 divided by 4 evaluates to 7. Here we have a function, square root of 16, and it evaluates to 4. Now all of those expressions evaluated to numbers. But you don't have to evaluate to a number. You could evaluate to a Boolean. And a Boolean is just a true or false statement. In the last two expressions, they evaluate to Booleans. The first one is 57 is greater than 12. Well, that's true, so it would evaluate to true. The last expression is 180 is less than 25, and that's false, so it would evaluate to false. So in summary, there are two types of code. Statements, or commands as they're known in NetLogo. These are the smallest independent units of code, and they produce an action. And expressions, the smallest unit of calculation, which produces or evaluates to a value. If you'd like more information, please go to your NetLogo manual or the NetLogo dictionary. Thank you.